Welcome to New York, 47. The Milton Fitzpatrick Bank is open for business, but it seems there's some sort of investigation underway. Expect increased security. Your target, Director Athena Savalas, can be found in her top-floor office, overlooking the iconic Teller Hall. Head of Security, Mateo Perez, is roaming between the vault area and the Teller Hall, talking to employees. And Head of Accounts, Fabian Mann, can be found on the investment banker floor and the top floor of the bank, driving the internal investigation. Remember, we need to secure the data from the bank's reinforced vault, or, alternatively, acquire 3 hard drives carried by the director and her 2 lieutenants, Mann and Perez. Good luck, 47.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and this is a Let's Play series of the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy. I will be playing all of the story missions on Master difficulty with the default start locations and loadout. And this is New York. This is the first of the 2 DLC maps for Hitman 2.
I'd like a private meeting, please.
Oh, all right. Are you a client?
I'm looking to become a customer. I have a substantial private savings I'd like to deposit with your bank.
Wonderful. How substantial?
7 figures.
7. I see. Excellent. Yes, let's just find a nice private area then. Follow me, please. I didn't catch your name, Mr.
Reaper.
So, what do you do for a living, Mr. Reaper?
I'm in the retirement industry.
Ah, then we're in a very similar business. Have these past few years been as profitable for you as they have for us?
Very.
Excellent. Director Savalas has taken us to record profits. All it took was a creative approach to the elimination of, let's say, unwanted elements.
I'm all for elimination.
Let me just activate the booth privacy setting for one moment. This way nobody can see or hear anything that goes on in here.
Practical.
And I'm just doing this. This is just a convenient way to get a disguise. This has some great dialogue too. Agent 47 talks about being in the retirement industry and being all for elimination. It's more of that great, very dry humor that Hitman 2 has. Or the whole trilogy, really. Yeah, so there I've got a new disguise. I've got a weapon. Yeah, ready to begin the mission proper. So, let me talk a little bit about New York. I feel like this level was a missed opportunity because it's, taking place in New York, a great, iconic, very famous city. But the whole level takes place inside of a bank.
Greetings,
and it's
sir.
basically just a bank heist. That's basically all the mission is. So there's no going outside. There's really nothing to tell you that you're in New York, other than just the mission says
This
you're
is
in New
the
York.
vault, 47. The data core should be behind that large steel door.
I've got a key, so I don't need to lockpick this. And yeah, I'm just exploring and looking for opportunities. But yeah, so just sort of this mission. It's small. It only has 1 target. It has the optional, or the additional objective of getting the data disk. But yeah, it just sort of felt like a missed opportunity. Like with New York, there's a lot you can do with this location. And yeah, to have it just be a single bank, it is a little disappointing. Here, I'm just picking up stuff. I'm not really sure what I'll need, so I'm just grabbing everything. The tranquilizer is actually very useful in this level. There are 2 ways to get the data. We're going to be robbing the bank and getting the data core, but you can also pick up 3 data disks, and the tranquilizer gun is useful if you want to get the data disks, because you have to knock out 2 guys who aren't your targets, so you don't want to kill them. And it's hard to hide their bodies, so if you use the tranquilizer, you don't need to worry about hiding their bodies. So here I'm turning off, yeah, that disables the bank director, that disables her laptop, so now she's going to call IT and try to get some help. It's probably a mistake to do both those things. I should have just flipped the switches and lured the IT guy over here. I shouldn't have done that and disabled the IT, because now they're sort of both distracted. One's on the phone with the director and one's going in here to flip the switch. So yeah, knock out the first IT guy.
It's Tim. Director Savalas is
And here I wasn't sure if the other IT guy was going to come in here. So I like have to wait and see what's going to happen. Okay, I realize that sometimes, so I change disguises, but then it comes in, and I'm very lucky here that the other IT guy didn't see the body. But I look out, he doesn't, so I'm able to knock them both out. And now I'm able to hide the bodies. And the nice thing about this opportunity is when the laptop is disabled, the IT guys have permission to go all the way up to the director's office. So now I have access to the target. While I'm down here, I decide to experiment with disabling the security lock for the bank vault. But then, of course, one of the security guards comes and investigates. The IT guys have a ton of junk food lying around, so I'm just picking up soda cans. Useful for knocking people out. So yeah, the security guard's coming in.
Okay, I got this. Oh, click it, flip it, press it. You're on.
There, I'm just going to leave him here. No one else is going to come in here as long as I don't create another distraction. So I should be good to just leave him there. So yeah, so far the mission is going well. Anyway, so as I said, this is a DLC mission. So because this is sort of bonus content and not everyone is going to, pay extra for it. So not all the players are going to play these missions. They couldn't really make the story critical in the same way that a lot of the other missions are. So this is kind of sort of filling out the space in between when you kidnap the Constant and when you go after the Providence Partners. They basically add a complication where the Providence Partners try to cover their tracks by erasing data about them, and we have to break into a bank to recover financial records so that we can track them down with the information given to us by the Constant.
Not as bad as that time in Queens. Remember that? Oh, the 6,000 semi.
Sneaking in here, I'm just trying to steal some keys. This security guard has some keys that will be useful for me later.
Saying maybe
So
this isn't so terrible after all.
I'm just making sure those guys don't turn around and see me,
I guess I'm mostly frustrated
because I'm not allowed to be in this vault. They don't, and I'm able to sneak back out, no problem. So yeah, because this level is kind of an optional level, the story is this story and this mission and the next mission are kind of filler in terms of story. We are just following up on leads the Constant has provided and making sure that the Providence Partners don't escape and that we are able to track them down. So yeah, here I think I'm just trying to figure out what my next steps are. Oh yeah, check the answering machine.
Hi, Roy. It's Tim, Director Savalas' PA. Listen, I hate to disturb you, but the director wants one of you to come up and look at her machine. Something's off. As soon as you can, please.
Oh yeah, pick up a screwdriver, 'cause that's going to be useful. So now I just need to head upstairs to the director's office. So I've already been caught on camera, but I'm not worrying about it because I've got a plan for how I'm going to rob the bank, and when I rob the bank, I'm going to take care of the security cameras at the same time. So that's not an issue. Here I'm just making sure no one can see through my disguise. Just being cautious. There are a lot of fun opportunities on this. Here we see
I hit every quarter they threw
yeah,
at me.
banker who's being fired. In the process of being fired, you can disguise yourself as him and get an exit interview with the director where she basically talks a lot of shit about what a terrible employee you are.
I need your
That has some
advice.
great dialogue. There's another one where you can
Net at the bank, a cool 10 million.
interview for a job at the bank. There's someone who's applying for a job, and you can take his disguise and go through an interview process, and that has some hilarious dialogue. They give you a, like, Rorschach test, basically, to see if you're a personality fit, and it's very... Agent 47 makes it very obvious that he is a, you know, professional killer. But, of course, they're in a bank. They think it's all... They're in the high finance world. They think it's all a metaphor, right? They think you just got killer instincts. And so, of course, they think you're a great fit.
That's right. You know how crap this old building is with the wireless, and how the director hates seeing cables anywhere? Well, she had a router installed in her office, but it dies a lot.
So,
Hence the need for IT to drop by every
now they're explaining... Oh, you know, that the IT needs
That's
to
right.
come and buy a
You know how
lot,
crap
so
this
that's
old
not
building is
suspicious.
with the wireless, and
Of
how the
course,
direct-
I'm not allowed to... They have to frisk me, so now I have to drop all of my weapons, including the letter opener. So, yeah, I'm gonna
Anywhere?
drop, like, 3 pistols and a letter opener on the floor in the
Oh,
corner
shit.
right here.
router installed.
I guess
in
2
her
pistols and a tranquilizer gun. But yeah, now everything else
Dies a
is
lot. Hence
good.
need
I
for
can get
IT
through the
to
frisk
drop
zone
by every
okay,
now and
so...
then. Sir, I will have to check you if you want to pass, okay? Okay, thank you, sir. This will be over in no time. Okay, let's go, sir. Thank you.
So yeah, this is it's a solid level. It has a lot of fun mission stories, but it's just a little small. It only has 1 target, and yeah, it feels like a waste of the New York location. That's why, like, of all the Hitman 2 levels,
Good. Finally.
not counting Hawke's Bay, I
hope
think
you
this
have
one
good
is my
problem
least
solving
favorite.
skills.
I'm known to be the best.
You better be. The director's a handful. Don't talk to her, all right?
Wasn't planning on it.
All right, 47. You're in. Make the most of it.
So there, I'm just checking in, letting him know what I'm here for. And yeah, I'm just investigating. I realized early on I just need to distract that guard, the one standing by the window, and there's a... You can sabotage the window there, and that sets up an accident kill for the target. So I was trying to distract him. Unfortunately, he doesn't respond to that distraction. Some distractions, like, only one person will respond to it. In this case, only the director notices if you turn the phonograph on. So
Now listen to me carefully. I don't
she's
want
gonna
to
end
hear
up checking
any
it out.
excuses or answer any questions. Just fix my computer and get out.
So here, she's frustrated. She's yelling at me to fix her computer. So I'm just going to do what she says. I'm going to sit down and pretend to work on her computer. And there, yeah, she notices the phonograph that I turned on. She's going to go turn it off. But basically now I'm just waiting until the director and the bodyguard leave so that it's just me and these 2 guards. And then I should have an opportunity to set up the accident. Here he notices I'm sort of crouching and acting suspicious, so he
Come on, stand up.
yells at me.
It was a good ceremony. The look on Grimes's face when they read out my name. Serves the little bastard right.
I'm gonna just sit at the computer for a little bit and just blend in. Like I said, just waiting for the director to leave, and then I'll have an opportunity to set up an accident kill. Oh, yeah, just, I think I've said what I wanted to say about the level. You know, it looks nice. I think I would probably like it more if it were set somewhere else, if it were just, like, in a more generic location. It's just the fact that it's in New York makes it a little more disappointing, just because of the missed opportunity. On the other hand, I can kind of understand why they might not have wanted to make a New York level. Like, New York is such an iconic
Get the hell up, sir, before you freak people out.
geographic location, and there have been so many video games, you know, set in New York. You know, Marvel Spider-Man comes to mind. That game is beautiful and does a lovely rendition of New York.
Copy that.
Almost gets spotted by the other guard. He was sort of turning around, but just managed to get away with it. So there, that's sabotage. Now later the director is going to lean against the window and because it's been loosened, she will plummet to her death. So now, yep, now I'm going to save because I have set up the accident kill, and I've got a plan for how I'm going to rob the bank and destroy the camera footage. So there we go. And here, loaded my save. Now I'm just going to head back downstairs. I've already got a security guard disguise as well, so I'll be able to... And I've got a key card as well, so it'll be easy for me to get into the bank area.
The name's
Here
Charles.
I'm going to pick up the equipment I dropped earlier.
No need to spend your time checking up on it. I'll report anything necessary to Mr. Perez.
Right, Perez is in. Except, you know, it's my investigation.
I don't think I end up using any of it, but,
Keep it
you
on,
know,
squad.
I don't like to leave things behind if I can help it. You know, that man there walking towards us in the tan jacket, he's one of the guys you need to knock out if you're trying to collect the 3 data discs. One of them, the director has it on her person. So if I were doing that opportunity, I'd have to, once the director's dead, I'd have to pick it up where she dropped it, and then I'd have to knock out two of the people in the bank and steal it from them as well. It's just easier to rob the bank. So yeah, now I'm heading downstairs. Oh, and there, the director is plummeting to her death. So that's the target taken care of.
Director Savalas eliminated. Good work, 47.
Now I'm going to change disguises. And there, now I'm ready to infiltrate the bank. Oh, I've also already got the key. The key is used for an exit. So basically everything is set up now. The rest is pretty simple. There, create a distraction to lure out one of the security guards. I'm just checking the area over here. I'm also just standing out of the way so he doesn't get suspicious when he sees me standing near the panel. Wait for him to turn it back. And I knock him out. One thing I was not careful about is the way the body falls. It could have easily been picked up by the camera, and that would have ruined my silent assassin. So, got a little lucky there. Here I go ahead and turn off the distraction, just so I don't have to wait for him to turn it off himself. And again, oh, I actually dragged the body this way. Didn't realize. Yeah, that's also lucky that the camera didn't sweep over and catch me dragging the body. Yeah, I was just lucky with how that was timed. Don't think I really checked. I'm just gonna use the distraction one more time. And once these guards are all knocked out, it's a simple matter to disable the cameras and break into the vault. I drop the extra weapons that I picked up. Don't really need them. There's a special key card to unlock the vault. Yeah, we've already disabled the cameras, and now we are just opening the bank vault. There are a couple flash grenades sitting there, but I don't need those, so I just ignore them. Now it's time to break into the bank.
Great work, 47. You now have access to the vault.
Disable the security system. And while I'm here, I think I'm going to take a couple souvenirs just for myself. Ceremonial dagger, a couple Fabergé eggs. Statue. Fancy violin. Nice commemorative coin. Just, you know, picking up anything the game will let me. And, of course, grab a couple gold bricks for myself. You know, this is technically off the book, so I'm not getting paid for this mission, so might as well take what I can get. Doesn't really matter in terms of game purposes, it's just something I like to do just to be thorough. Here we grab the data
Good
core.
work, 47. That's the evidence secured for now. Careful not to lose it. If anyone sees you with that rack, my guess is you'll draw a lot of unwanted attention to yourself. That's the last objective completed. Exfiltrate the bank, 47. Miss Hall will want to have a close look at that data.
So yeah, now this is why I grabbed the keys through the security van. Is if I go back out through the front, everyone's going to see me with the data core. Then that's suspicious. So I want to slip out quiet. There we go. Now we'll just confirm that I got Silent Assassin. There we go, Silent Assassin. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.